Where have you picked that?
I picked this whole row.
You go on the back side of this one. These ones still too little to pick, aren't they? See much bug damage? Here. Things in there. You kind of just got to swap these back and forth, Katie, to find the beans.
Yeah, keep looking under them. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. As far as I've not found a better deal for what it is. I don't know that I won't, maybe it'd be nice to have something newer, but 2013, and they want $13,000 for it. That's the best deal I've found. So, that's the only one. I mean, I love the RAV4, but I'm not buying something that's that old. That defeats my point. That's not what I'm trying to do. And I don't want to make a mistake of spending that much money, so.
Well, I think maybe if you just hold on a little bit,
yeah,
the prices may come down drastically.
Maybe. I mean, that's the only one I've really still been thinking about is that Corolla, and it's still there. I mean, I'd rather have a SUV, of course, but. That way when it's time to uncover this thing, it'll be easier.
Yeah.
Hello, potato boys. Oh, they're cute. They're like baby French fries. Don't you think, Mom?
Yeah.
Do you want to dig them and want me out of here? Is that what we're getting at?
No, go right
You
ahead.
want to dig them, Katie?
I'll dig.
Katie can dig some of them if she wants to. So Katie, Matt, and I have been out this morning in the garden picking beans, and now we're going to see how our potatoes did. Matt's digging our little container of potatoes. I wish we had a place to put a big in-ground potato. That's a pretty good one. In-ground potato patch, but we don't.
You're so cute.
When I was a little girl, some years Pap and his daddy and mother and then his brothers would make a big patch down the road, Katie. That's when, before Whitmire owned that land, when it was still Frank's.
Yeah.
They'd make a big potato patch together, a big tater patch, and then they'd share in the work and then in the stuff, in the potatoes.
I don't think so. We're going to pull and plant.
Yeah, pull them up. And plant something else in it or not, whatever. Might be some hiding down in there.
Mama, they had a big potato patch?
Yeah, we would do that, and I can remember playing around when they'd be planting it.
We're going to bake this one for you to see.
Oh, thanks.
That one might fill you up, Katie, I don't know. That one looks funny. It's been above the dirt, I bet, and got sunshine, yeah.
Aw.
That's all right.
I didn't know your potatoes could get sunburned.
They can. Let's see, that is a different kind of potato right there, ain't it? That's one of those.
Candy bags.
Yeah, those are different.
This is fun.
It's like a treasure hunt, huh?
I know, I like it. Ooh, there's lots of potatoes in here.
Did you find an arrowhead?
I don't know what that was.
See some weeds growing in there among them.
You can plant them little tomatoes you bought back in them.
Yeah,
That worked great. Wouldn't it?
yeah, I think so.
Oh. That's a good one.
I was trying to think of where they would be, where we could put them where they get ultimate sunshine, because every day the sun's less, So would this right here be a good place? That soil looks real good. Look at all those,
That critters
all
in
that
it.
critters, yeah.
You can't hide from me, potato. My mom's still getting potatoes out of this thing.
Yeah, you have to dig down in there. You want some gloves or something?
Yeah, I don't care. This is fun.
A tomato growing up right through the middle of them. Just volunteered and I left it.
There's some potatoes on the end of that, Mama.
Oh, okay, I can get them. Most of those are probably too little.
I'm taking them though.
Oh, we could, have new potatoes. Be good. Is there any on that one?
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of potatoes left in here.
I was just trying to get these out of your way for you.
Thank you, that helped me. There's all kinds of bugs in here.
Let's see, there's some more.
I see those.
What's on the bottom of them?
More
Anything?
potatoes.
Take these to the compost pile. Oh, sorry, I'm getting dirt all over you.
Ooh, this is fun. I love digging for potatoes. I think that's the last. Last one.
Huh?
Mama, NPLB, no potato left behind. Huh? Yeah.
Little end bag didn't make no.
Didn't it?
Like a blue-tailed lizard. Found out it's iridescent.
Whoa. Bet you the fish would like that. There's your mushy potato. The fishies would like that. Oh, they broke in half. Are we gonna put in here? In these?
Wait, tomato.
I'm gonna go find something I can put worms in.
Here, you can put
I need to save them for fish bait.
that and put some dirt in it and put the worms.
Yeah, that'll work, Mom. I'll put dirt in it, put the worms in there, and then come back and get them tomorrow morning when I'm ready to go. There's a big fat one in here. I need to find him.
There's a bunch in this one.
I found a big old fat one in here that I wanted. He's in here. I'll put it in that. Oh, there he is. Hey, there.
See what we should do would be to build another bed or 2 or 3
Yeah.
and dedicate 1 or even 2 whole beds of just potatoes.
Yeah, could do that. Yeah.
I really like that lizard.
What was that big nail up there in there?
It's one of the winter squash from back there that's coming around. Has it got a, you see something, has it got a fruit on it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't.
a big one.
Let me buy a Katie.
Right there at your nose.
Oh, yeah. Might be a candy roaster.
Cool. Oh, come here. You're mine. You gonna catch a big fish.
So today we're planting tomatoes in the wrong time of the year, and we're trying to make a video, and this ain't gonna work. And they're gonna rot, and
You
this
don't
is
know
gonna be it's
that.
gonna be a total failure. But hope we get views.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Look, and whatever you do, don't
so as
take...
Matt just explained, we have never planted tomatoes in July this time of the year. But I've always wanted to try it because lots of people do that. They plant a second planting of tomatoes and then they have more into the fall. Usually by August, our tomatoes are on the, what else? If there is any left,
They're on
there's
the
very
downhill
few.
slide,
They're on the
that's right.
downhill slide. So this year, since we pulled out the plants like we've never done before, I thought, well, I also want to try some tomatoes like we've never done before. When I say we pulled them out and then we replanted. So we've never done that before either. We've never pulled out our beans and then replanted them. And all the things we replanted are up. The cucumbers and the beans are up about that big. So hopefully they're going to have time to produce before cold weather gets here. Anyway, so then I thought, well, I want to try the tomatoes too, even though Matt's laughing at me.
Well, and what I was going to say is don't take this is my dirt with my worms in it. I need them worms. Leave
We're
that
not
dirt.
going to bother your worms.
They're gonna cross-pollinate and create a pomato.
Katie and Matt are going fishing, so Katie's worried about the worms. But anyway, I had some cuttings in the house and some water, and I can see roots on them. You see them, Dad, through the fog there?
Oh yeah.
And then I was at the store and I seen some tomatoes, so I thought, well, I could buy some too. It's normally not what we grow, but I could try them and see, since they're way further along than my cuttings, and see if that actually helps us get tomatoes. But Matt may be right, and this may be a futile effort.
Futile
But
work.
It's all right. We can eat the leaves.
we can't eat the leaves.
It's all right. This is y'all's supper.
One thing this time of the year that we will be a hardship for us as far as replanting stuff, not only the time between cold weather, but also as the summer goes on, since we live on the north side of the mountain, we have less and less sun. So Matt thought if we put them over on this side, they would get the morning sun and then the evening sun if we do them in the bags. So that's why we're using bags for these.
Yeah.
Okay, we need more bags.
And
but
this is
wanna
all you
start
get
planting?
to eat for supper, you guys. Is just when you eat your
No,
potato.
we need more than that.
Yeah, I know, but I actually did find one potato in there that we missed.
Guess I could get some water.
Celebrity.
I know I'm a celebrity.
Put that in there, Kate.
I thought that was a worm. And I was going to be after it.
Loosen that up a little bit. It's kind of root bound. There you go.
Yeah. Take a nice nap. It'll be your last nap.
I actually kind of changed my mind on those bags.
What?
I'd be right there.
Well, we can scoot them over.
Sign. If we get it all the way there.
Okay. You want to scoot them? There.
Get more sun.
Okay. All right, we'll see. Futile attempt or what? All right.
There's my worms. You think we'll catch any fish tomorrow?
I hope so. I love to have a mess of fish
Oh,
to eat.
we ain't got a stringer, but we can make one. Actually, I have just what we need. I have a shower curtain hook and a piece of string, and that'll do it.
You need to take a stringer, just put a bread bag in your sack and put the fish in the bread bag.
Oh. One time I was with Nick and we didn't have a stringer, so we just cut a real keen little thin limb, and that worked good.
That's what Pap used to do.
Forked limb, run them down on the fork.
Worked good.
I love fish. I'd rather have fish or seafood
Then other kinds of meat?
than steak. Yeah.
Nuh-uh. Which I don't want steak anyway. I don't like steak. That
I
ain't
can't say
my...
that about deer meat, though. I love deer meat. Speaking of deer, for the first time ever since we've lived here, I seen the first sign a few minutes ago of them encroaching into our yard. So over the years where I've threw all my hosta seeds, there's hostas in the edge of the yard all around. So the ones back behind the chicken lot where our compost pile is, I went back there to throw Katie's potato vines that she was pulling up. And then I can see the sea of hostas in the woods, and they're level. All the leaves are gone.
Let me tell
So
you
the
something.
deer have entered our domain.
The deer have had an open buffet at our expense.
Well, I don't care about the hostas, but I sure don't want them in my yard, in my garden. So this morning, me and Matt, when we were doing all our garden chores, we had Katie's help. She's not been able to help us as much as usual this summer because she's been gallivanting around all over the country.
It's true.
But she was here today, so we appreciate her help. You have good memories and bad memories, probably, of working in the garden. You used to dread it, Pap's big garden, didn't you?
We did, but they might have been bad memories then, but they're all sweet memories now.
Yeah. There's nothing like the hot sun beating down on your head in the cornfield, weeding.
When we was too little to use a hoe and do a good job, and every time I used a hoe, I knocked the corn down. So they made me just get on my hands and knees and weed it. And when we were little, that'd be the chores. Mom would say, weed one row or weed this section, and then you can go play. Then you can do whatever. So every morning, we'd go down. It's pretty much our cousin's yard, Cousin April's yard, and we would weed a row, and then we'd go knock on her door and ask her to come out and play. If we were lucky, we could rope her into weeding it with us. Sometimes we could. That was fun. I didn't like it then, but I'd do anything to go back and do it again now.
Well, now you see why we thought it was important for you to, of course we wanted your help, we needed the help, but important for you to see the labor that went into that wonderful food you was going to get to eat all winter.
And it taught you to be, you know, those kind of things teach you to take pride in your work and really do a good job so that when whatever your end result is, you can feel good about it and know that you worked hard. And then next time think, well, if I work this hard or I work even harder, I'll have just as good, if not better, of an end product. And I can feel good about that too. Plus, I'm a busybody. I can't just sit still. I gotta do something. If I'm sitting still, I'm reading a book, but I don't hardly read any books because I won't sit still.
When we work in the, I mean, as far as our garden, of course we can't have corn. I wish we could. What's your favorite thing that we grow?
I like the peppers a lot. And I like the melons. And I like that squash. I like those big squashes awful well. I like the blueberries, that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
And I like growing my vine
Your
over there.
wild apricots. Some people call them passion flowers. Pap called them wild apricots.
I planted that there a long time ago. Oh my gosh, probably like 6 or 7 years ago.
Probably.
Maybe longer. And it comes back every year. And long about September, it'll give me my little fruits. One year I made jelly out of them. Sometimes I just eat them, but I usually eat too many and get sick every year. But I save the seeds. Grows a really pretty flower. And you can't eat them. I got them one time. I remember when I got them one night, I went over in Pine Log to a friend's house, and we were doing something in their garden. Maybe they said they needed to lock the chickens up, and I went with them. And I said, oh, that's in the flashlight. I saw the flower, and I was like, that's beautiful. What's that? And they told me, and they picked one of those things off, give it to me. And that, I mean, I know that was up in September, maybe October. And that's how long it takes for those things to produce fruit.
Yeah. They used to grow. They grow wild, but they used to be in Pap's big garden all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I've told you that before. You just forgot it. And then one year, Katie, I don't remember how you found out about them, but you was interested in them before you went to Pine Log. And so we went I said, well, come on, I know they're in Pap's garden. And we went down there and tramped all around it, didn't find one. I think we went down to Henry's and didn't find one. I don't know what happened to them. Anyway, and then Katie, we
I was there.
You went to those people's house and you ended up coming home with seeds and then planted them, and now they've been here ever since.
And I harvest seeds off of it every year.
Yeah.
I will. I got bunches of them.
Good.
That's good.
Matt's enjoying the peppers. They're just beginning to turn.
Mercy. That's sweet.
I ate some of that one, and it was really good.
I think that's a shishito pepper.
Oh, that's good.
I get them all mixed up, but I think that's what it is. And they really produce good.
It's very, very good.
Popsicle. I like flowers too, though. I love growing some of the flowers.
Yeah, did you see we've got a real pretty, different color sunflower blooming. Did you see
I
that?
saw that from my window this morning.
Right there.
Wow. Orange.
And my one, remember last year I had those big tall yellow zinnias over there, and I planted them in different places, but I can't find them nowhere. But there's one in the edge of the
I can see it from here.
tomato bed where it reseeded itself. I seen that all summer. I thought, oh, I bet that's one of those yellow ones. So I left it, and it's blooming now. It's pretty.
Well, I'm telling you something. I had my one special poppy flower bloom, and then it disappeared before I could collect the seeds. I said, oh,
Well,
dang.
but the thing is, those seeds are there, so next year we just need to look in that same area, and there'll probably be more.
I kid you not, 2 days went by and the vine was gone, and I was like, now how did that
I
happen?
don't know. Something went off there and pushed it over, or I don't know. Olive ate it.
It's a possibility. I have seeds left from the original one. I have a little bit of them.
Well, next year we should do the same thing, except this year, instead of throwing them out like yours that you really want to, it worked for mine, throwing them. It worked for yours, I think, because that's where that one come from. You could throw them like on the top of one of these grow bags, and then you'd have them contained.
Then I'd know.
Then you'd know for sure.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, we can do that. I'd like to have more grow bags.
I was so excited about that flower. Remember that one time we had the weird flower grow out there in the woods?
Yeah, it was like a orchid. I can't remember the name of it now.
That thing was beautiful.
And it's really rare, but it's known in North Carolina. And then every year since then, I've watched for it. Nothing.
I have too, and I ain't never seen it. One time I had a
But I
wild
guess that's
tiger
why
lily
it's
out there.
rare. So the conditions must have been perfect for it that spring. So we'll see if that ever happens again.
Isn't that tiger
Of course,
lily
now
out
the
there?
deer would eat it.
There's a tiger lily out there. one
Was
time.
there? Wow. Your daddy bought me lilies for Mother's Day, so next year I'll have lilies. I've planted them in the garden. They're living. They'd be pretty.
I love how some Japanese anemones are about to bloom.
Yeah, they're really pretty.
Oh, they're beautiful.
They're beautiful. They bloom. They're the late, and they've really kind of took over. I don't know why. All of a sudden, all the years I've had them, and then all of a sudden they really gained ground. That's when we moved that tank. Yeah.
Sucking on the extra popsicle off the stick.
You can have another one.
No, I better not. Oh, sticky now. I got sticky dirt hands.
Nothing better, right?
With the worm slime on them.
Yeah, and a popsicle mouth.
Yeah, when you were little, and y'all remember those plastic ones that I'd buy, and you push them up, and y'all would have blue all around your face, on your tongue, your teeth.
It's funny how
Loved those things.
Dirt stuck all over your face and run around out here without no shirt on.
Yeah.
Get
Corey and
dirt
Katie
funny.
lived to be outside when they was little. That's where they stayed. They had one year we got them for Christmas. I think we got it, or maybe Papa might have got it. I can't remember who bought them that little kitchen. Maybe we didn't buy it because it was pretty expensive. We probably couldn't afford it. Papa or Miss Cindy bought them like a little play kitchen with little. You've seen them like a little set, and the doors open like a little fake sink and
Yeah, they
refrigerator.
wore that thing out.
And we played with it in the house for a while, but once summer come, I let them take it outside, and then that was they made mud pies for years out of that thing. They wore it out. They pour mud and water in it and mix it up and make their little designs. They'd spend all day cooking something. We had a little plastic table, and then they'd call me and Matt out, and we'd sit in the little plastic chairs and pretend like we were eating what they'd created for us. And throw it over our shoulder as we eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got, well,
If I can find a picture of that,
there'll be a
I will
picture
put a
somewhere.
picture so y'all can see them.
there was a few times we'd be digging in the yard doing something, gonna plant something, and we would start to find pieces. I've
Of
got a
the-
little spoon or a little
Yeah.
fork or part of the plate, just the little things that got lost over the years that went with it. And I do remember.
There's a little piece of the garden rake.
Yeah,
I
there's a
found out
little
in the
piece of our
woods.
garden rake back here, and you know it used to be
Oh, I see
orange,
it.
but the sun bleached it. Now it's white.
I found it out in the woods. It used to be red or pink or
Yeah,
something.
it was. I think it was pink or orange. I remember using that. We loved that
Yeah,
little
we
thing.
got your little garden rake, but that kitchen just stayed out here after that. I mean, y'all played with it because you were always outside. It made more sense to put it outside than inside, and plus we didn't have much room inside. But you would have been outside, and it would have been inside. So I just let you take it outside.
We loved it. We
Yeah.
still find little parts of it. I've got a little spoon or two I found with it.
Had those little purple spoons.
I've got one, yeah.
It's the one that Corey almost choked herself on. Matt
After
was-
being told not to do it.
Matt was telling her not to run with the spoon in her mouth, and she was, and then she tripped or fell or something. And it hit her in the back of the throat and hurt her.
And she started crying, and Dad probably had a miniature stroke.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was.
But she learned not to run with a spoon in her mouth no more after she'd been told.
That's the day she learned really well.
Yeah.
They always told us not to run with scissors. I never did. I was scared. I was scared of scissors when I wasn't running.
Yeah. Lots of fun times, wasn't it?
That's true. It goes by quick.
Yeah.
Boom. You're old.
Yeah. We hope you enjoyed going around the garden with us today as we picked beans and harvested the potatoes and replanted the tomatoes, even though Matt thinks they will not grow. So we'll see. He'll probably be right, but at least we'll say we tried. And as always, we hope you'll continue to drop back by, help us celebrate Appalachia, which is a whole lot of making a garden together as a family.